G'day friends, and welcome to our third and last share of the Glorious Gingham paper. It's vickywright, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator, Australia. So for the month of June, Robbie and I are sharing some of the selected papers that are on sale this month. And this week, we've been sharing projects with the Glorious Gingham. Sorry, I got a bit sidetracked then. So this week, we've been sharing this, and today's our last share for this lot of paper. So for my card today, I'm actually going to try and use all these, including the designs. So we'll see what happens, eh? Instead of just selecting the one, I thought we'd just all out and we'll do the lot. So I was going to use a piece of basic white, but I thought we might go with a piece of the window sheet and see how we go. So what I've done is I've taken some scraps of the DSP and I've just cut them back to the size I want. We may not use all this, but we'll see how we go. And we're going to use both sides. So we've got the pecan pie, berry burst, lemon lime twist, blueberry bushel, and pretty peacock. Okay, so we'll bring in our Stampin' Seal, and we're gonna we might go with this one, this side, eh? So I've just taken these pieces from scraps of DSP, and as I said, I've just cut them back to the size that I want, and we're just going to go from there. Just bear with me. Just going to grab the scissors, and I'm just going to even this up a bit because I know for a fact it's going to annoy me. I'll just do this before we stick it down. And being gingham, we can easily fix that. Now, I do apologise for the glare. I'll just see if I can move that. So how's that? I hope it's not too dark. So this could work, and this could be a big flop. But we'll see what happens. So we're just going to stick the first piece down, sort of in the centre. We'll go with this piece now. I just want to make sure it's nice and straight. Goes to show how straight I can cut, not. Doesn't matter if it's all different sizes. As long as our width, I think, is as close as possible, or similar. Now, there will be a tutorial on my blog, which will be linked below, and it will include all the measurements and a list of supplies that I've used. Now my Stampin' Sale is going to play up. Okay. I always like to use this on the window sheets. So we're just going to leave a little bit showing between each piece, okay, or around all the sides. Then we'll go with, let's go with the brown, the pecan pie. And again, I'm just trimming that down so that it's all nice and straight. We'll put that piece right there. I might trim that back a bit, I think, just so it's all nice. That's better. And that's nice and straight. And then we'll go for a green. We might go for the green down over here, eh? And what have we got? Berry burst. That's about it. So oops, sorry. I'm just going to put these in a little bit of order so that I know where I'm going. Okay, so we'll start off with this one. Now, is this straight? I should have checked all this before I started, but I'll apologise in advance. Looks pretty good. Now, I don't use glue on the window sheets. I tend to, oh, I might be out, am I tend to go for the Stamp and Seal. It's just a little bit tidier and you won't end up with glue everywhere. So that's that one. Okay, don't worry about any of the edges yet. We're going to trim them off. Then we'll start off with this one. That looks pretty good. And I think we're going to run out of seal. Sticky stuff, this stuff. Just like that. I'll do this little bit here, over here. Bit of a knack to doing this, but I haven't worked it out yet. Well, I have, but because I don't use it all the time, you sort of forget. And we'll just put that piece there. And I will trim this bit off, just a little bit, so that it doesn't stick down onto our piece of paper, onto our window sheet, or paper, graph paper. So that's that. Then we'll bring in this piece. I want that side. This is another good way of using all those scraps, pieces of scraps that you may have left over from your projects. And once again, we're just going to make sure got stuff everywhere. So then we're going to bring in our pick and pie again. Is that straight? Yeah, that's pretty good. And we might go the small one again. making sure that it's nice and straight. And don't press down on it. Sticky things. Don't press down on it straight away until you know that you've got it straight and you're happy with the placement. Okie dokie. So that's done. Then we'll bring in this piece and we'll just trim this off a little bit, just the tiny little bit. And we'll put this piece here so that it's nice and straight. It's a little bit wide actually, just bear with me. Turned around this way and I can see then still a little bit wide for me, so we'll just trim that back just a little bit more. And we'll just put that down there like that and leave that there. Then we're going to do this piece. And we might do this piece that way, eh? And it's a little bit wide, but I'm not going to worry too much about it because I'm going to put it to the bottom and we'll be trimming that off. Okay, so I'm just going to trim these little pieces off, and that is basically our layout. Okay, then we're going to bring in our paper trimmer. And we'll trim this back. So I'll just trim, whoops, down there like that. We'll trim this end off too, so we'll make it about oops. $5 1/4, eh? Will we get $5 1/4? Let's have a go. Yep. So we've got that. Oops, sorry. Then we'll bring in this side and we'll trim some of that back. This side. Then we'll bring it, turn it around. We might do about 3 1/4 as well. Just like that. I don't mind that actually. I think it's a little bit different. Then we'll bring in a piece of basic white. And we will, I'm just thinking, yeah, okay, so we're going to take this down, this piece of basic white. So what did I say it was? 3 1/4. 3¼ so let's make this 3½. We'll have a big edge than what I normally do, and that should be 5¼ so we'll make this 5½. Now you can do this with any scraps of paper that you may have on hand. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So we'll bring in our doobie Dacker again, our stamp and seal. And I'll put some down the middle just for good measure. Bring in our piece of basic white and we'll just put that in the middle so that it's nice and even around all the sides. You could make it a little bit narrow if you wanted to, but I think we'll leave it like that for the moment. Now, you could have popped this up, this piece of window sheet if you wanted to, but we're just going to leave that flat. Bring in our base card, which is Night and Navy, and our, I had everything here, but I can't even find our adhesive. Okay, we'll go with this again. And we'll stick this down to our basic white, our Night and Navy base card, just like that. So it's all nice and straight. Now, we could go that way if we wanted to, or we could do it that way. So we'll just see what happens. Then we're going to stamp our sentiment, which is from the Very Best Occasion stamp set, and we're going to have the happy birthday, eh? I think you can never have too many happy birthday cards, but everyone's a little bit different. You could leave it blank if you wanted, or you could add any sort of sentiment. So I've just grabbed a piece of scrap basic white, and I've done that too heavy. And we're going to stamp this onto here in Night and Navy ink. It's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. And then we're going to bring in our double oval punch. And we're going to punch this out with our double oval punch so that it's nice and straight. Just like that. Then we're going to grab a piece of scrap Night and Navy, which I didn't grab, so just bear with me for a sec and I'll grab some scrap. Night and Navy, and we're going to do our scallop. Okie dokie. And then we're gonna found the glue. Stick this to our scallop oval. Just like that. And I think let's add a little bit of ribbon. I'm not too sure what ribbon we'll add. Just bear with me. Let's use that. This is the Misty. Oh no, this is not a navy, so that's all right. It's the bordered ribbon. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit of this, and we're just gonna turn it up like that. That'll be enough. Yep. Now I'm just going to grab some mini glue dots, and I'll also grab our tape, which I don't have. This tape will do. I don't know where my tape is, my tear and so we're sort of doing this on the hop. I'll have that across there. Okay. I'll just do a couple of mini dots. Hopefully, got one on my thumb. Sticky little devils, just like that. And what we're going to do is just wind that back and forth, just like that, I think. Yeah. And I've got a little bit of tape. It's not the tear and tape that I usually use, but this will do for the moment. And fingers crossed that it holds it together. I always like to have a little bit of tape across the back just to secure it into position a little bit more. I just find it holds a lot better. And then we're going to grab our dimensionals and we're going to pop this up. Actually, let's use black tape. One. Two. Three. Actually, I don't mind all those colours together like that. It's a little bit different to what I would normally do. I'll put it this side. Put that down. Grab our scissors. And just trim our ends like that. And that's our card. If you wanted to, you could easily add a little bit of bling around here if you wanted to, which we might do. So just bear with me. As I said, this is on the hop a little bit. We'll use this one, say Tinsel Gems 4-pack. And we'll use the Misty Moonlight. I think these are Misty Moonlight. Might be the Blueberry Bushel, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes you just don't know where to put them. Put it up there. One there. And I think that'll do us. Quick while we're ahead. And that is our card for today. As I said, it's a little bit on the hop, but we got there in the end. So the link to my blog will be below, and on my blog will be a PDF tutorial that you can download. It will have all the measurements, a list of supplies, as well as step-by-step tutorial, and it will also have the link to this video. The measurements are in A4 letter and A4 metric and imperial plus letter size. Okay, and there'll also be a link to Robbie's blog. Okay, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you Sunday with a new lot of paper. Okay, see ya. Hooray.